Welcome back to Shoe Lights. I've got something tonight called the Olight ODIN, and this is an LEP by Olight. And what caught my attention about this thing is that it's got a much different color or tint than any other LEP I've used so far. Now, I've been through a slew of LEPs, and I keep selling them because I just dislike the way they look. And I know I shouldn't. Everyone tells me I'm crazy, but they usually have green centers and purple halos around them, and I just don't like them. But I've got the Lumentop Thor 2 here, and I kind of like the way the Lumentop Thor 2 looks, and so I kept it. And now I've got the Odin, and I love it too. Also, I must say that I have a Astrolux WP2, which I also think looks really great. But I'm going to be looking at these tonight just because these are mini LEPs, pocketable LEPs, and I feel like the Astrolux WP2 is not. So let's start with the Lumentop, which is pretty standard. So it has 3 modes. Let me go ahead and lock on the tree line down at the back there, which is 150 meters. And I'm on low right now. And then I can click it again and get medium. And then one more click gets me high. And this is a pretty standard LEP. See, there's little to no spill, and it's a very concentrated, intense beam. But now where the Odin is really interesting is because the Odin, let me get some focus. Now where the Odin is really interesting is because the Odin has this kind of amber, kind of yellow look to it. So let's take a look at that. So a half press gets you the low mode, and then a full press gets you high. You can see that the beam is much more spread out, so that could be useful if you want to get things at medium range lit up. But I just love the tint. It's got kind of a yellowish, maybe greenish tint to it, but not objectionable, at least not to me. So I think this is a great little light. And I also should point out that it's got some interesting features. For one thing, it's designed as a weapon light. So I've taken the attachments off that would fit it onto a rail system, but it also has a kind of a magnetic back here, not only for charging, but you can put a tape switch. So if you're into weapons and you want to mount this as a weapon light, it responds to a tape switch that you can activate it that way. One other thing that I found very interesting about the light is it has haptics. So when the light is low, instead of blinking at you or some other notification, it actually vibrates once every minute. And then when it's extremely low, I think it vibrates once every 10 seconds. Don't quote me on that. But I thought it was a really interesting thing to feel this vibrate like it was a cell phone. All right, guys. So I didn't do any, hardcore distance specs or anything on it. I just wanted to bring this to you in a short video and just tell you that this is one of the LEPs I'm going to be keeping because I just love the look of the beam and the tint of the beam. I think it looks really neat. So there you go. See you in the next video.